Welcome to this week's coronavirus booster. Here's what the numbers look like in the US this week. We've seen a decrease since middle of February and have really stayed at very similar numbers with some bumps over the last 2 months, or a little bit more. The current trends show the cases declining, but that's coming back from a bump that we saw about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Number of deaths are slightly declining. And importantly, 30% of population is fully vaccinated, while 42% have at least one dose, which begs the question, why are we not seeing further declines in numbers? And are things really getting better or not? And I would say overall, the US trends are largely positive, but there's some important caveats. If you look at Michigan, as one state has seen a large number of cases. It's been sort of the hotspot in the US for a while, including more severe cases among younger people, which begs the question, what's happening in Michigan and is it relevant? And we really don't completely know and understand yet why Michigan. One thought is that you have a considerable number of cases, a large number of cases caused by some of these mutant or variant strains that appear to be more transmissible and may even cause more severe disease. It may be that precautions have been relaxed too much, too quickly, and people are simply not following the guidance that we and others have continued to push. Mask wearing, social distancing, no large gatherings, particularly no large indoor gatherings without masks, and that it may be worse in the north because there's less outdoor activities, more indoor activities, but all of it shows that we need to be continuously very cautious and we need to continuous vigilance. With this virus where we are right now, if you don't show continuous vigilance, you will see these clusters, see these outbreaks, see these issues. Now, if you look at global trends, things do not look good. On the right side, you see the number of cases globally. We have a 15% increase in cases over the last 2 weeks, a 4% increase in deaths, highest number of total cases ever. And, worse in specific spots. I mean, India has been in the news a lot, more than 100% increase in cases, more than 150% increase in death over the last 2 weeks. It's just, the numbers are spiking and astronomical, what we see there. Which begs the question, what is the impact of this for the food industry? First and foremost, we can't let our guard down. Proper mask wearing needs to be reinforced. We need to continue to talk to our employees and ourselves be role models in terms of wearing masks properly, avoiding, minimizing large gatherings if we do take the proper precautions. Don't start throwing parties, and don't be heard of or seen by your employees that look at you as role models as doing things like this. We need to continue to encourage employees to get vaccinated. The numbers so far in the US are good, but everyone agrees that we're entering the difficult and tough phase now. The people who want to get vaccinated largely have been. We now have the skeptics, the reluctant people, and the people who definitely even don't want to get vaccinated. The news on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine over the last 2 weeks about side effects, FDA pausing it and reapproving it, are not helping our case and are not unlikely to help, boosting our numbers of people vaccinated. So it is up to companies to be role models, work on education and training of your employees, communicate, use the resources that are out there, and continue to think about incentives to get employees to get vaccinated, whether it is arranging vaccine clinics at your facility or close by, whether it is to provide paid time off for people to get vaccinated, paid time off and the day paid off, provide bonuses, et cetera, et cetera. The impact of the international COVID cases, to me, it reiterates the importance of assessing supply chain vulnerabilities. Asia and India, including India, are important sources of supplies, potentially raw materials. take a close look where your vulnerabilities are, add additional safeguards if needed to assure the safety and quality of your supplies, and supplies very broadly. It could be packaging, it could be other things, as well as raw materials. You also may have to look at your equipment maintenance, whether you have the required replacement things that you need, etc. So really be proactive, monitor the global scale and what's happening in global scale, because this could have important impacts, including on food safety. This work and this booster was brought to you through support of the USDA, National Institute of Food and Agriculture. And as always, and as I reiterated here today, keep practicing social distancing, wear face coverings, regularly wash your hands with soap and water, or use the appropriate sanitizer to continue to minimize the spread.